we are also told to stop salt. Is that right? Well, there's salt and there's salt. Seawater. Seawater contains 92 minerals. And of those 92 minerals, 50% is chloride and 30% is sodium. And because they're the first crystals formed, man scoops them up, bleaches it white, puts aluminium with it so it runs freely, and has the hide to call it sea salt. We'll call it table salt because it really isn't sea salt. Table salt contains 2 minerals. And because in the middle of the United States of America there have been thyroid problems, they've added another mineral, and that's iodine. But it's an inorganic iodine. Did you know that when the sea waves roll, the iodine goes up into suspension, lands on the earth? So we get iodine from vegetables grown coastally. But the hand-harvested Celtic salt. The Celtic salt is a hand-harvested sea salt, and it contains 82 minerals. Where are the other 10? They're in such pico proportions, they're barely measurable. And France has declared that whole area where they hand harvest the sea salt like they have done for centuries a heritage site. So it cannot be changed, it cannot be polluted. And it's almost like it's on an estuary like this, and they've got these huge big natural, almost like shallow lakes. But what happens is the sun and the wind comes along and dries them, so they naturally dry, and they dry in crystal forms. And in those crystal forms are locked some of those minor trace nutrients like iodine. That's why when you get the lumpy salt, keep it lumpy. Put it in your mouth before each glass of water and crunch it, and then you're getting those gases that are locked up in those crystals. Isn't that incredible? Only in trace amounts, but if you're having this all through the day, that helps to maintain your iodine levels. Only minute traces, but when you're getting minute traces all the time, it helps to maintain it in the body, because iodine doesn't stay long in the body. So that's why God designed us to have little bits, little bits, little bits. In Matthew chapter 5, verse 13, Jesus said, "Ye are the salt of the earth. If the salt has lost its savour, wherewith shall it be salted? It is henceforth good for nothing but to be cast out and trodden under foot of men." How does salt lose its savour? It's Old English. I love the poeticness of Old English. How does the salt lose its savour? I'd like to suggest that this table salt has lost its savour. It's lost all the other minerals. And seawater is called an isotonic solution because it is the exact same mineral balance and proportion is found in blood, is found in body tissues, it's found in our bones. We're made up of minerals. So this is actually a dangerous salt. It's a dangerous salt, and it's a big contributing factor to high blood pressure and heart disease. Because it's such a harsh salt, it has a harsh effect on the endothelium cells. It causes an imbalance intra and extracellular, meaning in and out of the cell, which can increase blood pressure. Dr. Jacques de Langry, he's a French doctor who wrote a book called Sea Salt's Hidden Power. And he's talking about those crystals and the incredible minerals that it contains. He's very scathing on this dangerous salt. In fact, he shows that if you mix that salt with water and make a tank of it and put fish from the sea into that water, all the fish die. It's such, sodium chloride, such harsh salt, but it needs the balance of all the others. So this high salt diet that many do, because those minerals are so harsh that they kill the taste buds. Have you noticed when someone's eating that table salt, they put it on everything before they even taste whether the food needs it? Well, have mercy, because the taste buds are dying. Whereas the Celtic salt, it awakens the flavour in the food. It's a hand-harvested sea salt, and it's a moist salt because it's got 3 magnesiums in it. And those magnesiums are essential for heart function. When the heart beats, it contracts, and that's calcium. It relaxes, that's magnesium. It contracts, that's calcium. It relaxes, that's magnesium. And when someone has a blood pressure, say the bottom level, that's your diastolic reading, if it goes above 90, excuse me, then the doctor gets concerned, because the bottom reading is the heart at rest. The heart is a muscle, and magnesium relaxes the heart at rest. So taking magnesium and taking this Celtic salt with its 3 magnesiums can help get that blood pressure down. Dr. Jacques says if ever he gets someone with high blood pressure, he puts them straight away on Celtic salt. Just a little bit. Dr. Matthew Walker, in his book, the Calcium Lie, he says a little bit of salt before every glass of water will just replace the minerals we lost yesterday. We lose minerals when we perspire, we lose minerals when we... I'm giving a message here, I'm not sure. So part of nutrition and part of moderation, you know, not 4 teaspoons of salt a day. Our palate tells us how much we need, isn't that true? Just a little bit. I remember one day I cooked Michael's lentils. He loves lentils and avocado on sourdough toast for breakfast. And he went, "Oh dear." I said, "What's the matter?" He said, "There's no salt." I said, "Oh dear, quick, salt, salt." If I get a phone call in the middle of breakfast, sometimes I might forget an ingredient. Another day he said, "Oh dear." I said, "What's the matter?" He said, "Too much salt." And I thought, "Oh, sorry." See, it's not nice with too much, and it's not nice with not enough. Our palate tells us. If I get a phone call in the middle of a meal, sometimes I can oversalt or less salt. So moderation in the salt, absolutely moderation in the oils, absolutely, but only the good oils that God made. And exercise.